My girlfriend wants me to go by a different name every time we go on vacation. When I went to her office, I was shocked to learn where she got the name from. To make this a bit easier to read, my name is Jason. My girlfriend and I have been together for 1 year, and for the past 6 months, we've taken a mini vacation at least once a month. We go to another city, usually within a 5-hour drive for the weekend, and rent the most expensive hotel room we can afford. This usually leads to the wildest SX because we don't know anyone there. In the past 4 months, we've gone on 5 mini vacations, and she wanted me to go by a different name every time. It's always been the same name, Matt Blank. I figured this was just a fantasy name and went along with it. She's done things with Matt that she's never done with Jason. Matt took her null and deep throat virginity. If I tell her that Jason wants to try those things with her, she says she's not that type of girl. She's pretty vanilla at home, which I won't complain about. I never needed to have anal sex or be deep-throated, but now that I know it's an option, I feel like I'm missing out. Here's the kicker. I had to pick her up from work a few days ago and walk into her office to look for her. This was the first time I had been to her office. I asked the secretary where she was and started on my way there. As we were leaving, her coworkers came to introduce themselves to me. From down the hall, I see this guy coming towards all of us, and he says something along the lines of, "Hi, I'm Matt Blank, SVP of Marketing." After we finished talking to everyone, we went to the car. I waited for her to say something but she never did. I don't know what to say to her or if there is anything to say. I feel uncomfortable and see our mini vacations in a completely different light now. Is this something I should be worried about, or is it normal? Update: I waited 2 days to say anything to her to get as much input as possible. I also took that time to prepare myself to separate. I thought she was cheating on me with me. I began to feel sick. I called my boss to ask for Friday off for personal reasons. I spent the day driving around, looking for potential apartments. We don't live together, but I wanted to ensure she'd have a harder time finding me if things went bad. We also have some good memories in that apartment, and I think I would be sad if I had to continue to live there. This brings us to Saturday, when I promised myself I would say something. I invited her over for breakfast but instantly regretted it because I was so nervous that I lost my appetite. She walked in the door and instantly knew something was different. I hoped to ease into it but blurted out, "I met Matt Blank." She tried to act casually, but I could tell she didn't expect me to know about him. For the next 3 minutes, things were calm, and I talked about how I had seen the past 4 months completely differently. She started to cry and said she was sorry. I don't mean some tears, but full-on ugly crying. I told her I would work on forgiving her because I think it would eat me up inside if I didn't. I won't forget what happened but will try to move on. She started talking about how she'd build my trust again. I interrupted her by saying that wasn't necessary, as we were no longer together. If I hadn't been so emotionally crushed, I would have been amazed at the transition. She started begging me to give her another chance. I stood up and went to my room to grab a few boxes of all the gifts she gave me. I told her that I had already made up my mind to break up with her. After some back and forth, she realized that I was serious. I knew the exact moment she knew I was serious because she went from crying to yelling. It started with insults, and when that didn't work, she tried throwing the truth in my face to hurt me. It started that I was fat, ugly, lazy, stupid, and I had a useless job. In the middle of her tirade, she said Matt's DCK was way bigger than mine. As she was yelling at me, she asked what had happened between them. I'll summarize below. She started sleeping with Matt 3 years ago. They were on some sort of work trip and ended up drunkenly sleeping together. From there, it went from once in a while to once a week. Matt called things off 4 months ago because he met a girl. I think she was using the vacations because she missed being with Matt. I don't remember the rest of Saturday. I spent Sunday with my friends, which helped. I told them what happened, which was nice to get off my chest. I went to work as normal yesterday. At some point in the day she slipped a note under my door. I'm not sure what it said because I burned it.